What's up guys, Zac Perna here, and on today's video I talk about flexible dieting and how many calories you need to get absolutely massive. Okay, so I've been getting a lot of questions lately, people asking me what should my calories be. I'm trying to do a cut, how much should I be eating, I'm trying to bulk, what should my calories be at for a girl. It's all these same questions and I can't answer them in one message because there's way too many variables that come into play. So I thought I'm going to make a video on it and it'll clear it up a lot better hopefully. So I'd rather just get straight into it today. I don't want to be one of those guys that gets a camera in front of them and goes, this is my time to ramble. It's like, mate, you're boring, nobody cares, get to the point. So that's what we're going to do today, get straight into it. Let's do it. Alright, so when talking calories, I get, like I said before, I get a lot of people saying, how many calories do I need to be on? So here's the thing you need to know, is that everybody's calorie requirements will differ, okay? So yes, your height, your age, your weight, yes, they matter to an extent, but everybody's different, so everybody's calories should be different, okay? So what you need to do, simply, is online, you've got formulas to figure out your recommended calories, okay? So your recommended intake for maintenance. So I reckon do that. If you have no idea, just go look up one of them. There's heaps to choose from, but just look up one and give it a run. So maybe it tells you your maintenance calories are 2,000. So for those who don't know, maintenance just means the calories that you need to intake so that your weight is just constant. You're not gaining, you're not losing, it's kind of hovers around a center point. So figure out your maintenance, and from there you can either add calories to bulk, maybe add 500 to bulk to put on muscle, or reduce 500 to cut. So you can go for either way from there. But those formulas are only rough indications. So you can't just take them as, that's fact, that's my maintenance. It's not, okay? Your maintenance will be determined by your everyday activities. So if you're really active, you'll have a higher maintenance. If you're doing nothing and sitting on the couch all day, you won't need a lot of calories to sustain that. But again, there's other variables as well. So there's your hormonal profile, there's absolutely everything. So what you need to do is, the best way to do it is just trial and error. So firstly, use the formula just to get a base, just an indication. So maybe it says 2,000, sweet, and then give it a crack. So then every day from there, log your food. Use MyFitnessPal, whatever other app you want to track it. Track your food and, around that 2,000 mark, and see what your weight does. And have a look at yourself and see what your body's doing. If you're slowly creeping up and you're putting on a bit, you're probably eating a little bit over maintenance. Now, your maintenance isn't just one number, Think of it more as like a spectrum, because it just varies. So you might have a maintenance of between 1,800 and 2,000. If you hit in that mark, that's your maintenance. So from there, so track your food, track your weight, and then see what your body weight's doing. And then, it might take a few weeks to figure out your true maintenance. So this is the difference, is you've got a formula of maintenance, which the internet will tell you, and then you've got your true maintenance of your body and how your body responds to food. Alright, so when people say you're eating, they say to me, how do your maintenance isn't 1,800, it should be 2,200 by the look of you and what you're doing. It's like, no, I've actually, reduced my maintenance because I've been dieting for so long. So that's one variable, is dieting too long, and then your body becomes more efficient, and so it needs less energy. So that's what's happened with me. That's why my calories get really low. So if I was to look up on the internet what my maintenance should be, it'd probably say like 2,500 with my activity levels. But if I ate 2,500, I'd probably put on some weight. So that's not my true maintenance. Does that make sense? Does it? Answer me. So there's that. Let's do an example. Say I got a message this morning, 15-year-old kid, he's trying to lose weight, and he says, how many calories do I need to cut? Okay, so if I wanted to do what I'm sure a lot of coaches do out there, like if they want to just make the client look good, they'll say, sweet, 1,700, an hour of cardio every day, no carbs, and they'll do something like that. Yeah, they're gonna lose weight, they're gonna get really cut, because it's simple physics. You're burning a lot more than that low level of calories. So what that will do is get a really quick result. So then they can go, bang, look at this before and after, I've transformed this guy. And then once they've left him, this guy's gone, all right, well, I've been dieting on 1,600, what now? Most likely they rebound, because they don't know how to, come out of a diet, and their calories are so low to begin with. So when with my clients, I just go slow. So I'll get their calories, figure out their maintenance, knock a bit off it, and really just watch it carefully to make sure we're not overdoing it. If you're losing too much weight, that's an issue as well. So that's why slow is better. I don't really care if it takes them, 12 weeks to get a good result instead of 3, because it's going to be a much more sustainable. And after, the the crash diet, they always go up and rebound. So you got to do it sustainably as well. So that's when flexible dieting comes into play as well. I'll talk about that a bit later. So say you want to cut, you're a young guy, you don't know what your calories are, you don't track your food, you think, where do I go from here? You know, do I eliminate foods? No, don't do that. Just educate yourself. So figure out your maintenance level of calories, like I was saying before, you know, get a rough indication online, try it out, use trial and error, add some, take some away, see what your body weight's doing. Once you think, all right, that's my maintenance, knock it back by like 15% and see what, you know, see how your body responds. You should lose about half a kilo a week if you're in a good level of like deficit. If you're a good calorie deficit, you should lose about half a kilo a week. That's what I aim for. So give it a shot, and if you plateau, you think, all right, my calories are too high. So you can either knock your calories back, or you can add more activity. So move around more, do more cardio, make your weight training sessions more intense. There's a lot of factors you can play around with. So, but if you take one thing out of this video, it's that everybody's calorie requirements are different. It depends on the individual, what they've been doing, you know, their past. That's why it doesn't matter if you have the same stats as someone. You could have half of their calorie requirements because they, you know, do 10 times the amount of activity you do in a day. So there's a lot of variables. That's why you need to use trial and error to figure out your own level. So I think that sums up what I wanted to say about the calories, is that now you guys know how to figure out your maintenance and then increase or decrease from there depending on your goals. Don't take a formula too seriously. It is just a rough indication, okay? I want to talk a little bit about flexible dieting as well, because I think that's a really good, it's a good addition, but there's also some pros and cons. So if you don't know what flexible dieting is, it's basically saying that there are no clean foods, there are no junk foods. You know, it doesn't matter if it's processed or unprocessed. What matters is hitting your macronutrients, so protein, carb, and fat, and your micronutrients, or your vitamins and minerals, and also your fiber as well. So they argue that if you hit your macros, your micros, and your fiber, it doesn't matter if you are eating clean foods or junk foods, then your body won't care. And for health, it doesn't matter. So there's a pretty good argument behind it, but a lot of people think that means you can eat junk food for every single meal. And the thing is if you were to eat junk food for every meal, there's no way you'd be able to hit your macros, maybe macros, but not micros, and definitely, you know, not fiber if you're just eating, you know, chocolate. And they always use the example Pop-Tarts because it's such a classic processed food. But what I like to do is I like to use both. So I like to mainly eat what you'd call clean foods. It's basically paleo, the way I eat, mainly paleo. Because it's an easy way of getting in your essential macros and micros. You know, you don't have to worry about, oh, do I need to take this or do I need to supplement with that? And your fiber too, because I eat a lot of green veg. But then I'll use flexible dieting if I want to fit something in that I'm really craving. You can easily work around that. Or if you just want to have, you know, a bit of a treat or something, it's very easy to do, to sub out foods. So I like to use both. I think because there's two arguments of the clean food and then the flexible diet is, people get so one-sided with it and they get like real us versus them, and it doesn't make any sense. They're just arguing. So I think there's merit to both, and you need to incorporate both. Like, I don't know why people just go, nah, I'm a flexible diet. It's like, yeah, we don't care. You know, you probably starve yourself for the whole day and then you just put up photos of all your ice cream at night. Yeah, there's benefits to both. I like clean eating because I can eat a lot more volume of foods because I eat a lot like less calorie dense foods. So I think clean eating works well for me, but at the same time, I'll use flexible dieting probably on a daily basis. So that's where you need MyFitnessPal. You need to track your calories, because if you don't know, you can't sub foods out, and if you don't know what you're eating and you're just eating clean, that's pretty bad. I mean, yeah, it's probably good for your health because you're probably getting your macros in, but if you want to lose fat or gain muscle and you're just randomly eating clean, it's not going to do a lot for you. I mean, you just don't know where you're at. You're just hoping for the best. So that's why you need to figure out your calories, track your calories, track your foods, incorporate as much, you know, I like healthy food as you can, as much unprocessed foods as you can, and then maybe one meal out of the day you can have something that is deemed unhealthy. You know, you can fit that in there. So provided your macros, and fibers hit, you're pretty much sorted, and then you're getting the best of both worlds. Okay, so that's where, as I was saying before about the sustainability, is if you go to a coach and he goes, all right, here, you're eating tuna and broccoli 5 times a day, go. Yes, you 100%, you'll lose body fat because you're eating no calories. But at the same time, once you come off that, how do you go about, you know, maintaining? You don't, you just rebound. So if you were to learn how to use flexible dieting, so I encourage all my clients to use flexible dieting because if you are able to like monitor your food and be conscious about what you're eating, you can easily manipulate that and go, all right, sweet, let's change up today's diet. Let's eat chicken instead of tuna. You know, maybe let's have eggs instead of another fat source. You know, you can do a lot of that, and then you're actually taking control of your own diet, and you're not just thinking, oh, I can't eat that. That's not part of my diet. You know, I like to think you have freedom with it. Like you can eat anything. You can eat a piece of shit, mate, if it's got the right macros in it. You know, don't recommend it. Wouldn't taste very good, but that's the beauty of it, is you can literally eat most things. Like trans fats, no, never. I just wouldn't. But anything other than trans fats, you're pretty much sweet. So provided you're conscious of it, and it'll save you a lot. Like when I'm really deep into a cut, so it might be something as simple as having like a low calorie ice cream, and I'll fit that in. I'll take some carbs out of another meal and fit that in, and you know, it'll save you a lot. So that's just my opinion on it. I like to use both. To sum this video up, figure out your calories, use trial and error. Everybody's different. Track your calories. It'll be more sustainable in the long run, and mainly eat clean foods if you can, but then again, you've got flexible dieting to fit in whatever other foods you like, you know, cheat foods, whatever you like. So I think that just about does it for this video, guys. I just wanted to give a quick rundown on it, just my thoughts. I feel bad not replying to these messages, so I need to just give, you know, one answer in a video. So hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you haven't already subscribed, please hit that subscribe button, and make sure you like the video and leave a comment as well. Is that too much to ask? Probably. If it is, don't worry about it. But otherwise, you know what to do. Stay massive. Slide into your DMs in the PM and the AM, then I slide into your feelings when you see just what I'm saying.